Welcome back to the Odyssey. I am Mike Odyssey, and today I got some exciting news to share with you in regards to Nintendo Switch 2 and, of course, a future game. Maybe Splatoon 4. To be specific, I got some patents here to go over, and I think they kind of give us hints on what Nintendo could be bringing us when it comes to Nintendo Switch 2 and maybe that future Splatoon 4 game. And there's something very, very, very exciting about this. Let's go ahead and get into this. But if you are new here to the channel, first I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your time, and for you choosing to spend time here at the Odyssey. Check out this 1-minute clip if you are new here. If you're not new, go ahead and use the timestamps below to go straight to the main topic of the video. Let's get started. Thank you so much for being here. I am Mike Odyssey, and I want to talk to you first a little bit about me on a personal side, and of course then let you know why you should subscribe to this channel. Well, I am a dad, I am a husband, I have a beautiful family, and of course I have a Nintendo family here on YouTube. On the personal side, I am legally blind, I am disabled, and I am losing my sight little by little. It'll get there, but guess what? That's not going to hold me back from pursuing this and of course doing the best I can as a content creator. I also am a really big advocate for disabilities and of course autism, because I myself have a daughter with autism. So if that is motivation enough for you to subscribe, go ahead and do so. I thank you so much. But here's why you should subscribe. I work hard for you. I give you Monday through Friday content, including news, reviews, unboxings, and of course, every Friday night, our Nintopics Podcast live here with an amazing crew, and I know you will love it. We have an amazing community here on the channel, and I would love for you to join it. And let me be the first to welcome you on this journey here on Team Odyssey. All right, my friends, I am here at the USPTO.gov. This is where we get all the Nintendo patents and all that stuff. Disclaimer, like I've talked to a lot of our viewers. You know, patents, they don't normally tell the full story. They tell part of the story. An entire patent can be published and it shows a product, but the patent cannot be about that product. It could be about a specific feature for that product. Okay, there's patent for video games, for consoles, for features, and a whole bunch of other things. Okay, so when you see a patent and you hear somebody, oh, patents don't really pan out, well, you can take a look at all of our patent videos here and follow the actual trajectory towards a release of a system, or actually the alarm clock, which we discussed here 2 years ago. Okay, so let's get into the first patent here. This one has to do with Nintendo Switch 2, and very good news for all of you guys expecting Nintendo to actually fix that Joy-Con drift and stuff like that. This one has to do exactly with that. Let's go ahead and read the abstract, which is the description of what this patent is about. An input device includes a circuit board and an operation module. The circuit board is provided with a first opening or notch. The operation module includes a modular housing and an operation member. The operation member is accommodated in the module housing, such as the part therefore is exposed to the outside of the module housing. Okay, basically it's a thumbstick thingy. And here we have it, my friends. Here is the first look of what could potentially be the Nintendo Switch 2 thumbstick, right? The joystick. That this one looks a lot bigger, a lot wider compared to the one we have on Nintendo Switch here, right? There's a couple of differences here. First thing, I've opened this up. It doesn't look anything like that in the inside, right? And so we have the thumbstick, which looks to be a little bigger, like wider, right? And so it has different internals here. We have the actual module here for the thumbstick as well. And if we scroll down, we see another angle here on the side. You can tell that this is just bigger, right? It's like wide. And so there is a leaked image of the Nintendo Switch 2 CADs that point to a wider joystick that actually show the wider joystick, like just a, you know, this is like a little thumbstick here. This one is just bigger for some reason, right? And this patent matches that CAD leaked images of the Nintendo Switch 2, right? And so this right here, this is a completely different format or kind of setup here than we have on the Nintendo Switch. If we go down, we can see here, there's a big giant kind of rocker here. And of course, the thumbstick on top of it. Let's continue down. We can see here the entire joystick here completely. There's other patents that point to the center of the button here being also clickable, like different from the other one. And we know that if you push down here, you can actually click it, right? But in this instance, instead of the entire button clicking down, then only the top portion of the joystick clicks. Like there's an additional button that is on top of this joystick, right? Those are other patterns that we talk about that kind of go in line with this one. We can see here a side view here. We see that it's already like right here. Okay, so this outline that we're looking at right there is when it's completely attached, right? Attached to the system. What we see here is that there is no more here. If you look at the joystick here, you can see that at least you could see a little bit of the stem, right? We see this kind of round part, but then a little bit of the stem kind of sticks up, and then we get the Joy-Con head on top, right? Here, it gets rid of that completely. This stick here, the stem, I call it the stem, it's completely hidden. We can see here, this is the head of the Joy-Con, right? The joystick, and then it just kind of comes through here, right? And it's just one piece. This entire piece on top, this entire piece is one piece, all right? And I don't doubt if it's just one piece, it goes on there, and then this entire piece makes it rotate back and forward. But what will happen here is that, yes, this will be a lot wider, but it'll also be a lot lower. So we wouldn't really see it protrude as much as we do on the regular joystick here. As you can see, there's no sign of the stem. The stem will be inside of the joystick itself. Maybe that'll help with the joystick drift, Joy-Con drift. Maybe not. It all depends on what's inside here, which I believe could be maybe like that magnetic thing that is in many controllers nowadays, and hopefully it is, right? We got a new system, better Joy-Cons, better joysticks, because the Joy-Cons are good. The joysticks were the issue, and so it's interesting to see that they're getting rid of the excess that you see here, and it'll only be like this major top over. Like for example, the system will kind of come out here, right? All this stuff will be inside the controller, and all you can see is this part coming out, and then the entire head of the joystick here. So there will be no more stem coming out and then attached to the head of the joystick, which I guess it's something that could improve, right? We can see here, I don't know what that is. To be honest, I have no clue. But again, we can see another diagram here that shows it the same exact thing here. This entire part on the top is the joystick that will be coming out of the controller. It is going to be bigger, wider, and will not have the stem coming out anymore. So it's just one piece. Hopefully that works well with the system. There were other patents. Okay, so now we can see here the entire joystick here. It is a lot wider, right? A lot bigger than the current one, and basically we see that. Okay, we can move it. We can move up, down, left, right with it. We have another image here. Don't know what this depicts. This could be where the joystick comes out of. I don't know. Let's see here. Continuing here, we see again the same exact image. Well, this basically patent is about the improvement to the joystick to the next gen system, which is very, very good. We definitely need a new Joy-Con for the new system. We are expecting the system to have the same exact form factor, just bigger, more powerful, improved Joy-Cons, improved screen. I know that we are getting an LCD screen, but it is a higher resolution LCD, mini LED, I think is what they call it. And it'll be not as great as OLED, but still brighter and more colorful than the one we have on the current Nintendo Switch right now. Base model, not OLED. And it'll be closer or a little bit better than the Switch Lite. Believe it or not, Switch Lite does have a better screen than the base model Nintendo Switch. It's a lot brighter, more colorful, right? They never made an OLED for it, so that's why they kind of went that route with a better resolution. And now with Nintendo Switch 2, we'll get a full 8-inch screen plus improved Joy-Cons, as you can see here with this patent. Okay, so let's dive into the next patent here, the very exciting patent that I believe is for Splatoon 4 for the Nintendo Switch. It could be a launch title, who knows? We know that you guys have a lot of fans inside the world of Splatoon who love it, and I guess Splatoon could actually be the best ongoing game for Nintendo Switch. They have the best events, and of course Splatfest, and even that big giant concert that happened at the end, that was really, really epic. And so, as you can see here, we have November 21st, which is today, as the publishing date for this. Here we got Nintendo as the applicant. Inventors, Kenji Matsumoto. Who is Kenji Matsumoto? Kenji Matsumoto actually works for Nintendo, okay? Company Nintendo, position planner. First game they worked on is Kid Icarus. Latest game, Splatoon 3 expansion pass. They worked on Splatoon 2. They worked on Octo expansion, and they also worked on Splatoon 3. All right, so you know that Kenji Matsumoto, one of the inventors of this, has actually worked on the Splatoon game. Now, let's go dive right in here. As you can see here, we got that third-person look for Splatoon that's very familiar. And we got that this thing here, this kind of illustration looks like something there, right? But we later found out what it is in later figures. Now, I'm gonna get to this very quick, very, very soon, okay? Because this right here, this image, I know it doesn't look like a lot to a lot of people. There's this here and then this here. I'm gonna tell you why this is exciting. This part here is very exciting, because this image has appeared on other patents before that I've covered on the channel and related to something else. I'm pretty sure some of you who watch the channel can already write it down in the comments. Let me know if you know what it is already. But let's go down here. You can see here, player character. No blobby stuff on the floor just yet. And we go here, paint region. Player character, paint region, right? What other game has paint? Splatoon. And so it is a Splatoon game patent that could potentially be for Splatoon 4. We got the primary texture corresponding to a equipment A chip, more texture here, more texture there. We got secondary texture corresponding to an A chip, secondary texture, I get circles, little triangles and stars. Then we got this here. I don't know what they're trying to tell us with that. Again, another with circles, and this one closer. It's a lot of things here. Figure 9 also shows the same exact image, but with little circles there. We got one with triangles. I have no clue what they're trying to say here. If you guys have an idea what they're trying to convey there, then let me know in the comments. Program, stage data, stage mesh, a whole bunch of other mumbo jumbo. We got the equipment A, equipment B, equipment C, the chip, right? And so it looks like this is like a UI. Well, moving down, start equipment. This is just basically the coding behind the game, excuse me. And so let's see if we can find more images here to go over. That's all the images. But let's go back to the image that I pointed out that could be very exciting. This right here, my friends. This right there. That image is associated with other patents that have to do, by the way, they're also Nintendo patents that have to do with VR. Yes, VR. The other patents depict this as the VR headset, the internals of the VR headset with one controller. Okay, now I'm guessing that one controller could be used to add into an attachment. It becomes like a gun or something like that, right? But this image right here, it's interesting that I'm looking at this image that we've actually there's an image, there's another video I published maybe yesterday or the day before having to do with VR. Look at that. After this one, look at that video. It actually shows this exact diagram. Okay, there's many guys. I've been covering patents for years. Okay, if you are new to the channel, ask somebody in the community. We've discovered so many patents here, and so many patents have come to pass, right? the VR headset has this diagram. Nintendo Switch has a different diagram, and Nintendo Switch 2 also has a patent on the channel right here, and it shows a diagram of the internals of the Switch 2 as well. So this particular one has is about the VR headset, because we believe the channel that because of again, everything I'm discussing here, I'm not making it up on the top of my head. This is all based on patents that we've gone over, right? A headset that is wireless, that is used to stream from the Nintendo Switch to the actual headset. So if you're playing a video game that you can play in VR, then you buy the accessory VR headset, and the game is streamed over to the VR headset. It's wireless, and of course you use one of the Joy-Cons to control it right here. So this is what to me is very exciting. That I'm not saying the next Splatoon 4 is gonna be VR, but I'm saying it could have a VR feature. Remember what I told you? Patents sometimes have to do more with the features than what they're depicting, right? Splatoon 4 could have a VR feature integrated, just like Breath of the Wild had. Breath of the Wild had a VR feature that you can actually use that cardboard thing and just look at the world in VR. So Splatoon 4, imagine you being playing Splatoon 4 in VR around and splatting everyone. That'll be so incredible. And I cannot rule it out. This is here. It's a Nintendo official document. And if you are a Splatoon fan, let me know if this makes you excited. If there were an accessory, because we know now that Nintendo has thought about, did protect a patent for a VR accessory. If Nintendo does release a side accessory, not mandatory, but a side one that can allow you to play Splatoon 4 in VR, would you buy it? Would you play it? How excited would you be? Is it your thing? Is it not your thing? Let me know all that information down below in the comments, and I will respond to you or heart your comment when I read it. And yeah, that's all the information we got for today. 2 exciting patents. One about an updated joystick for the Nintendo Switch, a wider, bigger, kind of more flat joystick. And of course, this what could be a Splatoon 4 patent regarding I think it talks about more about the structure of the rendering of the paint, right, and on the floor, right, but it also incorporates this VR little kind of diagram there as well. So maybe this is a VR, how it would look through the lens of a VR once you're looking at it, right, the resolution and everything. So who knows? Again, that's just my interpretation. You can have your own, and it's okay. Go ahead and write it down in the comments below. All right, friends, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you more than you know. Never give up, and journey on. Peace.